Thursdays at this time, we like to visit with our good friend Sherry Clark, Fork in the Road. And of course, next week, a lot of people are going to be traveling, either traveling by air, maybe by road, because gas prices down. You know, a lot of people traveling on the roadways. But, you know, you're going to be away from your home. You're going to be away from your somewhat healthy eating habits and styles. And we're here to give us some pointers on things we can do in case we're going out of town to stay somewhat on the right track. But you're not going to make us drag like a big trunk of goodies with us, are you?
No, not at all. In fact, really what my main concern here is just keeping everybody healthy. It's not about ruining the vacation and trying to eat too many really good things. It's about staying the course enough that when you come back, you can jump right back into your normal life.
Your routine.
Your routine. So the big thing for me, if you're traveling by car, it's a lot easier because you can put a cooler in there and you can bring all kinds of things, which is really helpful. It's flying that's the challenge, particularly because there's so many rules and regulations. So I brought a few things for you to even try today that would be some really good options. I just flew. I took a trip last week, and
boy, are my arms tired.
Oh, it must be the comedy.
Yeah, this is the comedy section. Very good.
I told you it was a combination. Yeah, he's the animal part too.
Yeah.
Thanks. So what I do is I take some things with me so that in case what happens is you get stuck in an airport or you get waylaid or you're just hungry and you get hangry and you want something to eat and you make bad decisions. So what I brought for you today are just a couple of good little things. You've got some nut butter there. Jackie's got her walnut bun. Jason, yours looks like almond.
Which I've never had.
The almond butter, yes, very nice.
Lou, you've got pecan.
I didn't know they had pecan butter.
Yeah, they do. So you can get the little travel size packets are legal to take on the plane.
Right.
Really?
They're the right size.
Exactly. So what we do with that is if you bring along a whole beautiful delicious apple, I cut them in little wedges for you, but you could just take a bite off, squeeze the nut butter on there, and it's yummy. Here's the thing. It's whole food, it's healthy, lots of fiber in the apple, and the nut butter keeps you satisfied. So it'll make it last a good long time.
I like that.
You could ramp it up just a little bit more if you wanted. I've got some flaxseed that comes in a little plastic or a little pouch or packet. Sprinkle that on the top, and there's a little bit more omega-3 action going on. Again, a little bit more fiber, more flavor, that type of thing. So if there's lots of options. Wow. What I do when I'm traveling is this is an insulated bag, and I'll put the apple and the nut butter and all those things so that it's easily contained. I put my luggage in the overhead bin, take this out, and then it's handy within reach and underneath my seat. I also carry with me, because a lot of people are concerned about gluten and making sure that they want to have something that will keep them satisfied and full, but you don't want all the bread type of things. This is an example. These are paleo wraps. They're made out of coconut. What you could do with
really?
Coconut, they're great. What you can do with that is if you go into one of the bars or lounges or something in an airport and you get just little sliced up vegetables or an avocado or guacamole or hummus, spread that on there, roll it up, then you've made your own sandwich. It's inexpensive. You don't have that big bread laden feeling that you have.
Especially when you're flying.
Exactly.
How about that?
And it's really easy to transport around. So there's all kinds of things that you can keep in here. A lot of people will carry little bars, protein bars.
Those Clif Bars are good.
I like the Clif Bars, but there's some that I like better. The Clif Bars are pretty high in sugar. This has got 21 grams.
Oh, wow.
This one has 5. So, and it's smaller, but if you ate 2 of these, you're still getting half the sugar. So my suggestion is if you're going to be taking a bar with you on the plane, read the ingredient label and make sure that you know what you're getting. Don't assume that just because it's in the health food store that it's healthy. There's a whole wall of these kinds of things, and you can pick one that makes sense to you.
And some of them really are just candy bars that are rebranded or remarketed.
And you know that when you look at the grams of sugar and so forth. So get something that will keep you satisfied. Your beverage, now a lot of times we're worried about dehydrated, or you want a meal replacement. I have 3 different examples of single serving bags. The one that you're having right now is the Sun Warrior chocolate.
That's good because I am a Sun Warrior. Actually, I've had that before, and it's really good.
Is that powder?
It's a powder.
That you mix with water?
You can mix with water. What I did for you today was I mixed it up with a banana, and I just put it in a blender with some water. And here's why I did that. You could do that in an airport. A lot of times they'll sell bananas at the smoothie places, or sometimes they'll have the little lounge area if you have to go to the bar. And then right next door they'll sell some fresh fruit. If you give the bartender a banana and ask them to just blend it with water, you can pour that in a glass and stir it up with your powder.
Will they do that for you?
They'll do that for you. Typically, smaller airports especially it's a no-brainer. The bigger airports,
Really?
you
I
might
never
give
knew
them-
that.
because you're buying the banana there.
Right.
Okay.
If you don't bring your own stuff, you're saying, I'll take a banana, would you please blend it with water?
I'll be
and you
darned.
don't give them the powder to
just
put
ask.
it in. You
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they'll do it if you ask nice. So, or if you take Jackie
Give
or
him a
I.
tip.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
Well,
leave
it's one of
Jason
those
out of the
things.
mix,
I don't know
yeah.
if you haven't flown recently. They don't feed you anymore if you're
Right.
used to getting fed, and if you do, they charge you a ridiculous amount of money for like what you're used to getting, which is like a nut pack or something like that.
And it's usually crappy.
And it's crappy. Or if you wait to get into the airport, which many of us do because we don't want to have the hassle of going through security, your options are horrible
Severely
and really
limited.
expensive.
Yep.
So it's nice to have some healthy options that make you feel good. You're flying. You're not hungry. You know. So this is
Hangry.
great.
Yes.
Angry.
Hangry. I love that word. Hangry.
The other thing about travel is we get sick. And what
Yeah.
happens is it's a disruption of our routine. Our sleep is interrupted. The things that we're eating are a little bit more sugar, a little less controlled mealtime. Portions are out of whack. So one of the things, the most important thing is obviously going to be get some sleep. So one of the things I travel with, this is a brand new sleep mask. I thought you might want that.
I was gonna say, you think this
These
is gonna
things
help
always
you
make my
sleep?
face too hot.
But that's a nice one. It's terry cloth. You need to make
Put
it
it
a little
on,
bit
see if it
bigger.
works.
And you can take the tag
I
off.
think I just bought it.
But that will help with sleep. The other thing that helps with sleep is a tea, like this one. This is a valerian tea. You can take that
99.
along.
Okay.
Valerian helping you,
need to
get
make
into
it
your
bigger.
restful state.
Yep. All kinds of teas for things. We've talked about Smooth Move before. That helps with regularity.
It's my favorite product name, by the way.
Isn't it? It fits.
Smooth Move.
This one is another nice tea. It's Breathe Deep, and it's for respiratory because a lot of times we have issues with breathing on the plane.
So what's in that one then?
This one's got echinacea.
Oh, it does.
It's got a little bit of eucalyptus. So it's
Open
really,
up, yeah, okay.
Yep, it's really nice. It's not unlike throat coat,
Got it.
which you're familiar with. Okay, let's talk about other.
You know, this makes the show a lot better.
People at home should
some
try
of
it. Yes.
Let's talk about other things that you might want to have with you. If you're going to high altitude, the big thing is about breathing and oxygen. This is a great supplement. Chloroxygen. It's actually oxygen in a tablet. They're bright green, and you take them, and if you take them a day or two before you leave, and then take them while you're there, it really does help with the acclimation to high altitudes.
Really?
Highly recommend.
Wow.
It's a 2 thumbs
Have
up.
a couple more things here. We got to go.
Okay, probiotics. This is really good for keeping your digestion in track.
Nice.
I love things like Cold Snap. If you start to feel like you're coming down with a cold, you usually know you've got a tickle. Zinc would be
Zinc
another
works.
good one.
Huge.
Yep. Really quickly, if you have anxiety about flying, Rescue Remedy is a really good aid. It brings down your anxiety a notch.
Really?
And there's even a version for pets that I give to Lotus if Lotus is traveling and seems a little stressed out. And then a really important one, because it is holidays and because we're going to be partying, let's try Party Smart. Taken anytime during alcohol ingestion will help with the side effects that occur the next day. Another option would certainly be to just have one less than you really want to have, but this is an option. So there you
A
go.
lot of great ideas.
Stay healthy.
Thank you very much.
One more thing. When we're traveling, let's pay attention to each other. Instead of being online all the time, what if we played real games, took cards, and actually interacted with our with our family
Do
members?
something unusual this
There you
holiday
have it.
season. Perfect. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good
Pleasure.
Thanksgiving next week.
Thank you. Will do.
Wonderful.